Everyone, I'm Sniper Trader. I'm here to talk about the past, the present, and the future of Bitcoin price. You can find me at Sniper Trader Stocks at Telegram or Patreon. Okay, today I want to talk about Bitcoin because I believe we are in critical moment uh, in Bitcoin trading. Why I will discuss this on the chart. Now, let's look at the Bitcoin chart to see why it is important to know more about the future of the Bitcoin. Uh, this is Bitcoin chart. I prepared different scenario for you guys so we can discuss better. As I'm talking to you, Bitcoin is around 58,000. This is the last 2 day uh, chart of Bitcoin. It is 30-minute candlestick chart. As you see, we have a bullish uh, channel here, uptrend, and now we are at the bottom of the channel. As you see, anytime we get to the lower border of the channel, we see another increase in Bitcoin price. So this is the last 2 day. Now let's look at uh, longer time frames. This is actually the Bitcoin chart since March. As you see it here, we see a triangle pattern. Uh, we have this at March 13, we had the highest Bitcoin price ever at almost 62K. Then we see a sharp drop all the way down to 50, then another leg up to 60, and as you see here, we are around 58K right now. And we see a consolidation formation in price. So I believe in the next 10 days we will see this Bitcoin price break one of these two sides. At this moment, interestingly, Bitcoin is clear neutral play. Why it is a neutral play? Because if you want to buy Bitcoin at this time, it could go up all the way to here, or it could go down all the way to this. And as you see it here, the Bitcoin cannot be a good investment if you want to enter at this time, because the reward risk ratio is almost around 1. So the risk of winning or losing a trade is like a coin flip. If you have Bitcoin at this time, it's better to keep it. But for opening new position, it's better to wait for one of these two levels to be broken, and we see a daily candle close above this, or a daily candle close below this level for opening new trades. If it breaks, we can close our position, and if it broke away, we can add to our position. Now let's look at another scenario. This is Bitcoin chart since it broke away its previous all-time high at 20K. As you see, it follows shift pitchwork. It rise to broke above the upper level, but couldn't. Now it's find its support at around 50K and touch this border 2 times at least. As you see, it is still works, and we should keep our eyes on this as well. Okay, now we are looking at weekly charts of Bitcoin and to evaluate the last bullish rally from 4,000 to 62,000. As you see it here, we experienced 170% gain in 8 weeks. Then we experienced a 22% consolidation pattern or correction, which lasts around 10 weeks. After that, we had the 3 good weeks again in Bitcoin. The price jumped up from here to here, as you see, like 35%. Then another phase of consolidation or correction, which was around 21% and lasts for 8 weeks. After that, you see when it breaks above this level, goes up all the way like to 280% in 12 weeks, and following by a 30% 5 weeks correction. Then it breaks above the line and go up like 75%. And as you see it here, in the last 7 weeks, Bitcoin built another correction and consolidation pattern, which is around 25%. So as you see, we always have a correction after a move, which could last between 5 to 10 weeks. This is the pattern of behavior. I repeatedly publish analysis on Bitcoin and said 20 to 30% sharp correction in Bitcoin is really usual. You can check my analysis on Bitcoin on TradingView website. I have more than 40 analysis on Bitcoin in the last 6 months. And I started publishing my bullish view on Bitcoin since it was 10K. I predicted 50 to 72K in less than a year when it was 12,000, still 12,000. And anytime, like here, I publish analysis on Bitcoin and said when it see a sharp drop from 42 to 30,000, I said it may sound crazy, but it is a good time to buy Bitcoin. Anytime in the middle of this we see a correction, I always ask people to buy more because I look at Bitcoin as a long-term investment. But my view has been challenged recently, and I will talk about this in the next 2 slides. Okay, this is the Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin, and this golden line is 50 EMA. I like 50 EMA a lot because it helps me to predict the moves of any asset class very much better than most of other indicators. Many people look at the graph itself. As you see it here, it works very well because as soon as October 8, when Bitcoin crossed above the 50 EMA, it goes up all the way like 88%. Then we experience a correction. It come close to the 50 EMA, then goes up 140%. Another correction supported at 50 EMA, goes up another 100%, then correct to the 50 EMA, then goes up once again for 45%, then come close. And now you see in the last 2 weeks, it goes 20%, and it is close to the 50 EMA. A good trader usually, if looking at a bullish trend, and usually want to add to his position, if he's a long-term investor, he will see the price action, as you see, around 50 EMA, nice opportunities to buy. But if you want to look at a bigger picture, there is something very important, in my view, about the 50 EMA, which is more important than the 50 EMA level itself. And that is the slope of 50 EMA. It is a mathematical discussion. I don't want to open it because I don't want to make confusion, but I believe the best part is when the graph or the 50 EMA goes upward with exponential slope or upslope. As you see from this point until now, the graph slope has changed. So if we are looking at this as a mathematical modeling, you will see that in this area, from here to here, uh, as you see, I okay, as you see it here, it is up a slope, but since here to here, we see the change and it becomes down a slope or uh, uh, as you see it here. The, what is important about this? This is really important because I believe the rate of change has decreased in Bitcoin. As I will discuss it and the importance of this in next slide, and I would like to talk about Bitcoin and compare Bitcoin with Tesla. So let's go to Tesla chart and see what happened to Tesla. As you see it here in Tesla chart, it is the 50 EMA. It's the price. As you see, it crossed up on April. It goes up. It went up like 210%. Then make a correction close to this. Went up like 230% in 16 days. Then correction, supported multiple time at 50 EMA, then shoot it up another 120%. But as soon as Tesla broke below the 50 EMA, you see what happened. It struggles to keep above it. In the last 7-8 tries, Tesla failed to close above it. And as you see, the chart is very similar to Bitcoin, and the price action to the 50 EMA is very similar. The correction is very similar. I believe technical analysis is nothing but to find patterns that are repetitive and they are very much the same. So if you look at technical analysis as pattern recognition, it's nothing else but statistical modeling and pattern recognition. So as you see it here, from here to here, we have exponential or upward uh, upward slope in the 50 EMA. But as soon as here, the story change and it becomes down slope. It is clear that it is down slope. So I believe something like this could happen to Bitcoin too. So at this time, because of the very much similarity between Bitcoin and Tesla, I think it is not a good idea to add to your position in Bitcoin. It could be like zone A or zone B. It is unrealistic if I say we could predict which one is in the play at this time, but we should wait. The only thing that we can do, as I said in the previous slide, is to wait to see if it breaks above or below. But at this time, it is pure neutral play. And I would like to show you a couple of more slides. This is the exponential growth. As you see it here, improvements come slowly in the beginning, but your gains increase rapidly. This is like the first half of Tesla and Bitcoin chart, but this logarithmic growth shows improvements come quickly in the beginning, but your gains decrease over time. Now, I would like to ask you, compare these two charts with what you see in Tesla and compare it with Bitcoin, and do your diligence work as always to see which scenario is most probable. Because in the market, everything can happen at any time. And if you accept this reality, you will become successful trader in long term. Thank you for listening to me. I would like to ask you guys, if you are willing to support my work, join my Patreon, or you can be a sponsor of my videos to produce higher quality content. So please send me email if you are willing to support my work at stock trader, snipertrader.stocks@gmail.com. Thank you for listening to me.